Hello everyone, it's Spawnpoiint and welcome back to another video. So over the last year I have shared with you my 3 setups, but today I'm going to show you some awesome gaming accessory ideas for your own setups. So if you're looking for something for yourself or maybe a gift for somebody else, hopefully today's video will be useful. Now I play on both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, but most of these accessories today will be suitable for PC too. Everything that I cover today is linked in the description if you wanted to check that out. Now if you want to customize the look of your consoles, you've got to check out DBRAND. I bought their PlayStation 5 dark plates from them earlier this year and I think these look absolutely awesome. They obviously are not the official Sony plates, but these are a great alternative. Now the original white plates just pop off and you can replace them with these black ones instead. For other consoles like the Xbox Series X and the Switch, where they actually sell skins or vinyl wraps that you can install. These are pretty cool and completely transform the way that your consoles look. Now I recently picked up the OLED Switch, which I will do a review about later this month, but I definitely need to get myself a matte black skin for that too. Now I've always added lights to my setups, and it doesn't matter whether you're playing on a TV or a monitor, it completely transforms the look of your room. You can either add bulbs or LED strips. Now some light strips show one colour at a time, while others like LifeX and Philips Hue will show a mixture of colours in one go. You can also install colour changing strips which will even react to what's on your TV. Philips Hue does this as well as GOVEE. I've actually used the GOVEE TV kit, which comes with a mini camera that syncs with the image on screen. Now the camera is pretty bulky and ugly looking, but if you don't mind seeing that, the results are really impressive. Failing that, if you don't want to use LED strips, you can use light bars. Now these can be mounted to the back so they're out of sight, or they can be placed on your tabletop. Either way they look great and they definitely change the look of your room. All of these lights can be integrated with Google or Alexa, and they have their own apps to control the colours and the themes that you're using. And depending on the brand that you go with, they will cost around £50 for a starter kit. Having more than one controller is massively underrated, especially if you play wirelessly. If you've ever had a long gaming session and find your battery running low, you'll wish you'd have another one ready to go. Or if you're playing local co-op games with friends or family, you'll need a second controller anyway. Not only that, but both PlayStation and Xbox have a few different choices now for colours and designs, so you don't have to stick with the standard colours. And even if there isn't a colour that you like, you could grab yourself a scuff controller and design it the way that you want, or you've got the Xbox Design Lab as well as Colorware. The official controllers come in at about £55 or $65. When it comes to charging the controllers, of course you could use the USB cable and plug it into your console, or you could use a charging dock. Sony has an official one which allows you to dock 1 or 2 controllers at a time. The official colour is white, although I've had mine painted black to match my setup. These are £25 or $30, but there are cheaper versions out there if you're not too bothered about the brand. For the Xbox, I would recommend picking up the Power A dock. I think this is one of the nicest looking docks that's out there. It comes with the 2 rechargeable batteries to fit into your Xbox controller, then they just slot onto the dock. There's even a small LED light underneath so you know when it's charging. And these Power A docks cost about £20 or $25. If you want something totally different to show off or mount your controllers though, I'd go for one of these. So this is a wooden stand from GEEKMADEDESIGNS, and it allows you to display your controllers in a totally different way. They make them for both the Xbox and the PlayStation, and they have different designs and colours to choose from. Depending on the size or the number of controllers that you would like to mount, the price varies, but these cost me around £50 or $60. Okay, so using a headset while gaming can completely transform your gaming experience, not only for chatting with friends or teammates, but hearing footsteps in FPS games and the details in soundtracks that you may never have heard through a TV. And over the last few years I've used loads of different headsets, so here are my top recommendations if you're wanting to pick up a new one. First up, if you're on a budget, just go for the ASTRO A10s. These are massively underrated for the price. These are wired headphones, but it doesn't matter because it means you plug it straight into your controller and you don't need to worry about keeping it charged. I always recommend these headphones to anybody who asks, and they're only £50 or $50. They will also work with anything that has a 3.5mm headphone jack. So that includes the Xbox, the Switch, PC and PlayStation. Next up are the official PlayStation 5 Pulse 3Ds. These are available in white as well as the new midnight black colour to match the new controller. Personally, I think these are one of the nicest looking headsets that are out there. Really clean and the sound isn't bad at all. Plus of course they match the PS5 theme. These are £90 or $100, and although they are great, I think for the price there are better options available. Now if you want the same great quality as the ASTRO A10s but you want to go wireless, the A20s are perfect for that. Make sure you go for the Gen 2s though, as they are the latest version. They don't look as aesthetically pleasing as the Pulse 3Ds, but they certainly have a gaming style to them. These are only available in wireless though, you cannot use them wired, and they come in at £100 or $120. The final headset I wanted to recommend picking up are the SteelSeries ARCTIS 7Ps, or 7X if you're on the Xbox. I've had these since launch for the PlayStation 5, and I've got to say they are incredible. They cost a little bit more at £175, but they are definitely worth it. They are available for the PlayStation 5, Xbox and PC, and they come in white or black. They have over 24 hours of battery, and it works with the PlayStation 5's Tempest 3D audio. I've worn these for 10-hour gaming sessions, and I've never had an issue with them. So if you can, definitely go for the SteelSeries ARCTIS 7Ps. They have actually just released the Plus model as well, which I have got on order, and I will do a dedicated review about those soon. You'll notice I've been showing my headsets on this wooden stand, and this is from GROVEMADE. I think this looks absolutely awesome, but it did cost £120 or $160. Now it is solid wood and it's wrapped in leather, and it's also very heavy. Of course there are cheaper alternatives out there, and I've looked around on Amazon to see what's available. You can pick up a very similar looking headphone stand for about £50 or $50, but I would definitely recommend picking up any of the GROVEMADE products, and again I have linked to that in the description. So if you've made it this far into the video, you're probably interested in gaming, or you know somebody who is. So you might want to show this off with some kind of accessories on your desk or in the room. Well, you can buy these LED lights for both consoles now, and they light up with a press of a button. They are battery powered, or they can be mains powered via a USB. Or you can buy, like I've done, these wooden icons instead. And I think these add a nice clean style without being too over the top. Now these were actually originally made for me as a custom order by GEEKMADEDESIGNS. But shortly after this, they actually went on to selling them through their own site. So if you want something totally different that also looks aesthetically pleasing, this could be the answer. Right, next up is the OTTERBOX gaming clip, and this could be one of my favourite accessories, and it's actually the cheapest in today's video. So if you've got an Xbox controller already, well, you can actually mount that to your phone and use it for mobile gaming. I've got the original clip here that they made, but they've since made a MagSafe version for iPhones. This is awesome if you want to play some Xbox cloud gaming or any mobile games on your phone. The controller connects to it via Bluetooth, so there are no wires to worry about. And this clip costs about £25 or $30, and it's definitely one of my favourite accessories. Although it's possible to record gameplay on both consoles using the internal capture functionality, you might want to record it onto an external source for editing. Now if you've got a PC or a laptop, well, there are options out there like the Elgato 4K 60 Pro, but if you don't have a PC, what are you going to do? Well, I'm using the 4K 60S Plus, which basically allows me to record my gameplay onto an SD card without the need to have a PC nearby. It is limited to 4K 60, which is fine because you don't need 4K 120 for uploading to YouTube. And then depending on the model that you go for, the price varies from £130 up to £400 for the 4K 60S Plus. Just to note though, it does not come with an SD card, so you will need to buy that separately. Now I don't know about you, but I can never have too much storage. Whether that's backing up data or storing games, these little SSDs are perfect. I have one plugged into the Xbox Series X and another in the PlayStation 5 for my PlayStation 4 games. What's great about these is they are incredibly small, so once you have them plugged in, you cannot really see them. I actually have 7 of these now in various different sizes, ranging from 500GB up to 2TB, and I highly recommend picking one of these up. Well, those are all of the gaming accessories that I use as well as that I recommend buying. Hopefully there was one or two in there that you've not heard of or not thought about buying for yourself. And maybe if you are buying for somebody else as a gift idea this Christmas, I hope this video really did help you out. Well, you've just made it to the end, so thank you for watching. And if you drop a best gaming accessories in the comments, I will give you a thumbs up for staying until the end. And here's another video you might be interested in watching next. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on so you don't miss my next upload. You can also follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. Until next time.